I move so much better because of Cosentix.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentix.
Colbert's got a new Late Show with John Oliver tonight on CBS.
CBS next Monday.
Crichton, what's happening?
Cold, calculated. They wanted one of the prisoners.
Find them before anyone else gets hurt.
Part 2 of the NCIS Hawaii premiere next Monday at 10/9 Central on CBS.
New season of Survivor premieres Wednesday, February 28th on CBS.
Flurries are here for a sleepover. I'll show you when, where, and how much snow we could see by tomorrow. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the Delta County Airport has a new piece of equipment they've been hoping to get for more than a decade. Tonight, what the board's next step is. Plus, celebrating Black History Month, the special presentation today at Bay College highlighting a jazz icon. And a military dog embarks on a long journey across the country to get to a Dickinson County family. We'll tell you why. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ.
The flakes are still falling out there tonight. Air, who is seeing the most of it right now?
Well, the past couple of hours, Sarah, most of that's been concentrated in the central portions here, or basically the belt of the UP, and especially coming off of Lake Superior. But we're going to see more snow showers flying around in the northwest corner there around 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Houghton, you guys will probably be seeing some flurries flying in. Temps right now in that 20-degree range. It is going to be chilly into our Tuesday as well. I'll talk more about that, as well as the outlook on where those flakes are definitely flying coming up after the break.
Thank you very much, Ariane. We begin with some breaking news tonight. The third and final UP sled dog race of the winter season is canceled. The Copper Dog races were set to take off from downtown Calumet Friday, March 1st. The Copper Dog 150, 80, 30, and 15 races are all canceled. The organization cites poor weather and trail conditions for the cancellations. Organizers say the dog's safety was their top priority. 2 new Copper Dog events this year, the Copper Pole and Copper Dash, are still a go that weekend. There will also be a community party in Calumet with music, food, sled dog teams, and fireworks. The organization is still hammering out the details on that. WZMQ will bring you updates as we learn more. The Delta County Airport is taking steps on a project that's been in the works since 2013. WZMQ's Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons has the details.
This is the Delta County Airport's new snow removal vehicle. Purchased as part of an FAA grant program, it's a much larger vehicle than the airport's old equipment.
The other half of the grant was to expand our operations building so we would have a sufficient indoor space to store that vehicle.
When airport manager Robert Ranstadler took over last fall, he consulted with operations staff, who said the current plan for the building isn't optimal. It calls for the expansion of the door to an operating width of about 26 feet, but the widest part of the snow removal vehicle measures in at 24 feet.
Although on paper it's wide enough to accommodate the plow, because there's only one door and you have to back the plow in and drive it out, it's going to make it very difficult.
The design would also force operations staff to move all of the existing heavy equipment to the maintenance bay.
If we stack that bay with the heavy equipment, then that's going to greatly complicate their daily routine. The bottom line is, with the design as it sits right now, there's potential for bad things to happen.
Ideas for a redesign include widening the door and moving the current sand storage facility to add on to that side of the building. According to Ranstadler, a feasibility study on the redesign would come with a cost of $2,200.
If we were to say, for instance, we don't want to do anything with the building, we hit the button, we stop, it would actually cost the airport almost as much money, or possibly more money, because the airport would then have to reimburse the FAA for the planning and design cost.
The Airport Advisory Board voted to move forward with the study, with Ranstadler believing it will be a worthwhile investment for the airport.
We could spend the money, we could do our due diligence, and in return we could get nothing back for it. On the other hand, if we don't explore the possibility, 3 years from now, if we have someone that smashes a snowplow blade into the building, then it's our fault because we didn't do anything to at least try to meet them halfway.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
New gun legislation in Michigan takes effect starting tomorrow. Most of the legislation was introduced last year following the shooting on Michigan State University's campus. Tomorrow is that anniversary. The laws will enforce mandatory universal background checks and require gun locks or safe storage in houses with children. It will also put possession restrictions on those convicted of domestic violence crimes and allow a temporary court-ordered suspension of access to a firearm for those who may be deemed a harm to themselves or others.
It's saying we're going to do more than just offer thoughts and prayers every time we see some sort of an incident. And once we educate people as to what their rights and responsibilities are, and we have enforcement of these measures, I know that we're going to see a significant reduction in the number of gun-related injuries and deaths.
You can watch more of our interview with Michigan's Attorney General on WZMQ19.com. Experts and policymakers are considering how to safely integrate artificial intelligence, or AI, into everyday life. But there are still a lot of questions that remain surrounding the evolutionary technology, including the most recent form of AI known as generative AI. Tonight, WZMQ's Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon talks with the experts and policymakers to see how the technology is playing a role in politics and elections.
Bottom line, AI is everywhere at this point.
Alon Yamin is the CEO and co-founder of CopyLeaks, an AI-based text analysis platform. His company works to find out what's real and what's not. And there's a big demand for authenticity, especially this year.
Now more than ever, as we're getting close to the elections, it's even more important to use AI detectors, understanding where AI is, have some kind of like visibility to generative AI, and try to understand what's real and what's not.
Although there are positives to the technology, Yamin says AI can also be used to manipulate information.
This could be done by individuals. It could be done by, foreign governments. So I think the risk is greater than ever.
With AI, now you can replicate someone's voice, their image. It may actually not be them. And so this becomes a whole nother challenge for us, I think for all of us.
Senator Debbie Stabenow says there's a major bipartisan effort in the Senate to examine all areas of AI, including evolving threats.
We've got a lot of work to do. We're trying to pass legislation that would make it illegal to do those things and require certain accountability, and I think that's going to be important.
When it comes to election information, Yamin says to be curious and skeptical about content, especially if it's not from a trusted source or outlet.
He's really scrutinized it even a bit more than you would, in the years before. Double check everything, make sure that everything makes sense.
Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
In honor of Black History Month, a Bay College event celebrated the life of one of America's greatest artists. Local jazz musician Phil Lynch gave a presentation on Louis Armstrong, also known as Satchmo. Armstrong was foundational in establishing the sound of jazz music, launching trends like long trumpet solos. He also became the highest paid Black entertainer and highest paid jazz artist of the 50s and 60s.
Thinks of the trumpet, but he was the first guy to sing freely and to mess with the lyrics, mess with the time. He'd even improvise while singing. You can turn on the radio and still hear his influence. When somebody goes a little freely off the melody, anytime anybody improvises in music, you're hearing Louis Armstrong.
Lynch is the author of Live Like Louis, a compilation of life lessons from the artist. You can visit WZMQ19.com for more information on his book. And there's another chance to catch a presentation on Armstrong at Bay College's Iron Mountain campus tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time. A military dog is traveling across the country to be with the family of a Dickinson County service member who was recently deployed overseas. WZMQ's Iron Mountain Bureau reporter Amy Doyle has the story.
Zuko's owner, Gunner Fry, is a recently mobilized military service member. 2-year-old Zuko has been with Fry his entire puppy life. Now, Zuko's traveling around 2,000 miles from San Antonio to the UP, where Zuko will stay with his forever grandma for the duration of Fry's deployment.
There he is. She called me on Monday, told me that her son was being deployed.
It was a scramble for Zuko's family to make temporary living arrangements for Zuko, but a small animal rescue operating out of Johnson County, Texas, 4 hours from Zuko's home base in San Antonio, is zipping Zuko up north. Teresa Weldon is an experienced dog handler, but supporting a military family is a first for this foster rescue.
The people that were supposed to be keeping his dog backed out. Well, then she calls me back in a little bit more of a panic. He actually had gotten sent out the very next day.
It sounds like there was some fundraising involved, or...
So we posted a fundraiser. We unfortunately didn't get a whole lot of help, but we're doing it anyway.
At first, Mutz Galore was planning to deliver Zuko to someone at a checkpoint in Des Moines, Iowa. But as it turns out, Mutz Galore decided it would be best for Zuko's mental health to just bring him all the way up north. While it's Weldon's first time supporting a military dog, it's not her first time working with shelters in the UP.
We actually transport dogs about 3 times a year from our rescue up to Almost Home Animal Shelter in Kennesack.
You're
we
familiar
have
with the UP.
Yes, ma'am. We have Mutz Galore dogs everywhere up there.
Fry's mom says when she tried to find a foster for Zuko, she never expected the kindness of strangers would bring Zuko homeward bound.
I was just trying to find some place down there that would take him. I never thought in a million years that people would transport him all the way. These are total strangers to me.
Zuko is expected to arrive in Iron Mountain sometime early this evening. Amy Doyle, WZMQ 19 News, Iron Mountain.
Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break, plus keeping your heart healthy through the winter months when some age groups may be more susceptible to heart issues. And later, a New York bakery giving people a second chance at employment. We'll share their story.
"19 News" is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus, 1 year free financing and free delivery.
Sing along with Stalag 13.
Hello! Hello! We hope you like our show. You'll laugh, scream, cry, sigh, and absolutely die.
Hogan's Heroes, weeknights at 10 on MeTV 19.1.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Dale, what's going on, man?
I'm remodeling and I'm looking for a new tankless water heater.
You know, Menards always has Richmond water heaters in stock. I'm headed that way now. You want to go?
You read my mind. Let's do it. Man, you ever take off that fire suit?
I sleep in this thing.
All right. Man, these stores are incredible. I love having them as a partner.
Me too. For the best tankless options, come to Menards for Richmond water heaters.
And all your home improvement projects.
Save big money at Menards.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to buy get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go.
3, 2.
For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
This week, Cool Bears New with John Oliver, Matt Damon, From Ghost, Danielle Pinnock, Mark Wahlberg, Lily Gladstone, and Billy Joel. New this week on CBS. Who will be there when the final whistle blows or the final votes have been cast? Will you start a career in the broadcasting industry? Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasic.
Well, we've got some areas in that 25-degree range, Sault Ste. Marie and Marquette, a little bit warmer in Escanaba and Menominee, but I want to give you a heads up here if you're along that Wisconsin border or in Wisconsin. Basically tonight into the morning, you could see some slick road conditions as there's some lake effect snow expected there, 1 to 2 inches. Further south could see up to 3 inches. So just be prepared in case things are a little bit slippery because these temperatures, look at our lows tonight. We will be in that 20-degree range. Iron River 22 and Iron Mountain about 24. So a little bit chilly down there, and it's going to continue for, well, we'll have a little bit of a break, but then it'll be back, but it will continue this week. Some major storms going on over there on the northeast coast of the United States, but we are just hanging tight with these snow flurries right now. As you can see, just a little bit of a dusting out there with of the current radar. And then taking a look at our evening into our morning hours, around 5 a.m. we'll have more of those flurries flying around, primarily off of Lake Superior here until 11 a.m. on that northwest coast, and then things kind of dying down in the afternoon. We can expect partly cloudy skies for the evening for the majority of us, and then Wednesday morning it's going to be mostly cloudy, and then we've got some chances of snow showers in the afternoon scattered across the UP, but the majority of us not seeing a whole lot of accumulations on that Wednesday there, with mostly cloudy skies for the evening. Taking a look at our snow outlook for the morning, around 9 a.m. we could have close to an inch here in Marquette, but if you see these darker blue areas, that's where we're going to see more accumulation, but it's going to be basically under about 2 inches for the majority of us, but it could be slippery out there as well. Taking a look across the United States and now closer at the UP, we've got about 7 inches here in Munising, around 2 over here in the Sioux, but again, we're not going to be anywhere close as of right now to what we saw last year. Previous winter total was 265 inches, 0.1 inches last year, and then right now we've got about 64.3, give or take, with what has melted in the past couple of days. Highest total was about 272. That was back in 1996, and the lowest total was 95.2 inches back in 1972. Hopefully we can break that this season. We do have more snow expected coming up this weekend. Right now our winds are fairly calm coming out of the north, but they're going to pick up on our Tuesday evening into our Wednesday morning, where we could have gusts up to about 20-25 miles an hour here around 9 a.m. Things starting to get a little bit gusty. So excuse me, be prepared for that. I've got your 7-day right here. We've got some gusts on Wednesday like we just talked about. Thursday, blustery conditions. I'll have more on that coming up this week.
If we're about 200 inches behind what we would be last year, that's 18 inches from now, every week from now until the first week of May, which is not totally outrageous for the UP. Just gonna throw that out there. Dickinson County adventurers are reaching new heights with a new indoor activity. The True North Outpost in Norway is now hosting weekly bouldering events at its 24-hour climbing gym. Experts help people learn to get their body moving with lessons, group activities, and memberships at the climbing gym. Instructors say bouldering is a fun and challenging activity for all ages, and the weekly Kids Climb event is getting pretty popular with students from the local school districts.
Try something and fail. And then you work with them a little bit, they get stronger, and they learn how to succeed at something that takes perseverance.
Which you can always learn from a lesson right here at Base Camp Climbing Gym.
The Kids Climb is on Thursdays and the adult classes are on Wednesdays. We'll have the full details about that at WZMQ19.com. Well, we know exercise is good for the body and mind, but getting that physical activity during the winter months can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Michael George has tips on how to stay active and safe.
Joseph King is back to pounding the pavement. The 75-year-old had coronary bypass surgery this past summer. He placed third in his age group at this Thanksgiving 5K just months later.
I lift in the gym 3 times a week, and I try to run 3 times a week. My running's coming back slower than my lifting.
He's at it even on chilly winter days.
I love all kinds of exercise outside.
You can stay active even when the temperatures drop, according to Dr. Michael Vainblatt with NYU Langone Health.
It's been shown by decades of multiple medical studies how beneficial is exercise, whether it's cold weather, warm weather, for cardiovascular function and for mental health as well.
Dr. Vainblatt says some people need to be careful when exercising or snow shoveling because cold conditions can cause spasms of different vessels, which can lead to heart attack. People with cardiac conditions should use their judgment and make sure they don't overdo it.
You have to stop when you have some kind of symptoms, whether it's discomfort, whether it's shortness of breath. You certainly should call your physician. The problem has to be addressed first. For Mr. King, he had his blockages taken care of.
Some patients also need to take extra care to layer up.
Especially in those patients with cardiovascular disease, elderly people, people after surgery, the adjustment of your body, adjustment of your blood pressure and heart rate, it could be a little bit abnormal. But layering up maintains your temperature.
If it was colder than it was today, I'd have a wool hat on. I might have an extra layer on. If your hands get really cold, wear 2 pairs of gloves.
So you can stay the course, warm and safe.
The American Heart Association says it's good to keep your hands and feet warm in those cold temperatures because those parts of the body tend to lose heat quickly. If you have a cough that doesn't want to go away, doctors say patience could be the best medicine. An article from the Canadian Medical Association says as many as 25% of adults experience coughs that can last up to 8 weeks after a respiratory infection. The paper says patients usually improve without medication, but coughs that persist longer than 2 months should be checked out by a doctor. Even with record low unemployment levels, millions of Americans still struggle to find work. They may have criminal records or other barriers as well, but a business in New York is showing what can happen when people are given a chance. Bradley Blackburn has the story.
At Grayston Bakery in Yonkers, New York, Will Dickerson's job is quality assurance, making sure every brownie meets the standards.
We're talking a lot of brownies.
A lot of brownies.
They bake millions of pounds every year, brownies that go in Ben & Jerry's ice cream and sell directly to consumers. CEO Joe Kenner says every brownie has a purpose.
You say you don't hire people to bake brownies.
Yes, that's right. We don't hire people to bake brownies. We bake brownies to hire people.
Grayston was founded decades ago with a promise to hire anyone who wants to work. What they call open hiring means jobs are filled first come, first serve.
If you're the next person on the list, you're hired automatically. No questions asked, no background checks, no interviews.
Through the Grayston Foundation, they're now helping other businesses use the strategy because the need is enormous. Millions of Americans have stopped looking for work, many with criminal records or other barriers, but with potential to be loyal employees.
It makes you work even harder because they gave you that chance. So you want to make sure you do your best.
Dickerson served 11 years in prison for selling drugs. Grayston gave this father and grandfather his QA job and a way to lift his own standard of living.
Now I have an apartment, my own, I have a car, and I'm happy, really happy.
Should we split it?
That works.
Okay. Proud of his progress, not to mention those brownies.
And it makes other people happy too.
It makes them real happy.
A sweet reward from a bakery that nurtures souls.
A new documentary tells the story of Grayston's 43-year history and how it was founded by a Zen Buddhist monk. The film is narrated by Jeff Bridges and it's called Zen Brownie. Still ahead tonight, another Super Bowl is in the books. A wrap of the excitement at Super Bowl 58 when we return.
Pictionary here on WZMQ TV 19.
Show her how much you love her this Valentine's with diamonds from Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. I have 5 amazing pair of diamond earrings reserved exclusively for Valentine's at 50% off. Imagine the look in her eyes when she realizes they are all for her. Each pair of earrings will come with a forever rose and a large frosted cookie from Doozers. Beautiful diamonds are the perfect Valentine's gift.
Richardson Jewelers.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, Jeremiah gets a Super Bowl exclusive.
Hey, see you there.
Then, what's up? My NBA All-Star coach has me balling out.
Damn, Dad, you see that? I got skills.
Plus, the very fun Sarah Silverman.
She's a hoot and a holler. Don't you just love her?
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Kiss the cold weather goodbye and embrace the warmth and fun of the Caribbean without leaving your couch. One Caribbean Television is your Caribbean connection, whether you visit the Caribbean for fun or to renew family ties. One Caribbean Television keeps you informed 24/7. Get the latest news, weather forecasts, Caribbean entertainment, and carnival action. If you long for the fun and sun of the Caribbean, download our app now to watch One Caribbean Television on the go, live or on demand.
The Baxter Family Survival Guide.
Dad, you taught us to be self-sufficient.
And yet you're all still here.
Expect the unexpected.
If you want money, maybe you should do what other people do.
Get my own reality show. Dad, I'm trying.
Learn to adapt.
You're gonna use a glass, right?
Fine, hand me the big one.
Last man standing.
I'm Sophia Murphy at the Capitol in Lansing, only on WZMQ 19 News.
The award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes is reflecting on his third MVP trophy. His team nabbed their second straight Super Bowl victory with an overtime win against the San Francisco 49ers. Jared Hill is in Vegas with that and so much more.
Patrick Mahomes posed with the MVP trophy Monday, hours after leading the Kansas City Chiefs to their third Super Bowl championship in just 5 years.
To win a football game like that, and obviously to win the Super Bowl like that, it's something you dream of as a little kid.
The Sin City showdown against the San Francisco 49ers went into overtime, with the Chiefs pulling out a 25-22 victory. Head coach Andy Reid said it was a great matchup.
That game could have gone either way. I think we all know that.
Pop star Taylor Swift celebrated with her boyfriend, Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. And the rest of Chiefs fans went wild.
He's kingdom all day!
For 49ers fans and players, heartbreak.
Our team's hurting, but that's how it goes when you put yourself out there. I'm real proud of our guys.
The crowd didn't go wild just when the points went on the board. The musical guests during the game were also a big hit among some of the fans. Halftime performer Usher sang, danced, and skated through nearly 30 years of hits, bringing out surprise guests Alicia Keys, Her, will.i.am, Lil Jon, and Ludacris. The night kicked off with renditions of Lift Every Voice and Sing, often called the Black National Anthem by Andra Day, America the Beautiful from Post Malone, and a powerful national anthem from Reba McEntire. In a touching moment before kickoff, Lahaina Luna High School football coaches and players from the fire-ravaged Hawaiian island of Maui were showcased as honorary captains for the Super Bowl 58 coin toss, capping a weekend celebrating the game that held their community together.
And welcome to Super Bowl 58.
The Super Bowl is also the one time of year many people actually look forward to commercials. Naomi Ruckham takes a look at which multi-million-dollar ads scored with viewers.
I've lost 2 Oscars. This year's Super Bowl commercials packed in the celebrities and raked in the dough.
Give me a hint.
Worked together for 10 years. From David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston to David and Victoria Beckham, star power scored high. Ben Affleck's universe came together in a comic spot for Dunkin' Eats.
And needs no introduction, my partner.
Sometimes it's really hard to be your friend.
But the fan favorite on USA Today's ad meter was a nostalgic reunion of comedic odd couple Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
You are a backstabber. I am a backstabber.
Comedy usually plays well with ad meter, and of course it played well this year. And then to see Danny DeVito and Arnold back on screen together, it was interesting. Danny was telling us that, that's what drew him to the ad, the fact that he got to work with Arnold again.
Beyonce broke the internet with a Super Bowl commercial that ended with a surprise announcement, a new album, Renaissance Act 2, coming March 29th. She also dropped 2 new country songs. Ad rates for a 30-second spot in Super Bowl 58 cost nearly $7 million, and Paramount scored even deeper during overtime.
This is the only remaining venue where you can reach an audience of 100 million plus, and that becomes more so every year with the fragmentation of media. So the Super Bowl is still the only game in town.
Budweiser's classic Clydesdales made an appearance, and Kia tugged on the heartstrings with a tearjerker, all hoping to catch consumers' attention and their dollars.
Our flurries continue tonight into tomorrow. Ariane has one last check on the outlook after this break.
This week, Cool Bears New with John Oliver, Matt Damon, from Ghost, Danielle Pinnock, Mark Wahlberg, Lily Gladstone, and Billy Joel. New this week on CBS.
Some places talk about being local, but we actually are local. Our family started Superior Collision 18 years ago, and we're still the ones who own and operate it today. No big company name, no outside investors. We are all Marquette, and we're going to stay that way. We are part of this community, and we are proud of the work we do. You can choose to go to a corporate body shop, or you can stay local and go to Superior Collision, Marquette's local hometown body shop.
We've given your home fresh looks since 1978. Now it's our turn. See the brand new Carpet Specialist Carpet One in the America Mall in Marquette. With room by room, it's never been easier to match your taste and lifestyle. Bring us your room photos and see how your new floors will look. And with our beautiful guarantee, if you don't love it, we'll replace it. See and feel your new flooring at the brand new Carpet Specialist Carpet One, across from Target in Marquette.
PTSD isn't something that is just going to go away on its own.
Treatment works. It helps.
There's no shame in treatment.
Just do it. Your world will be so different afterwards.
It's a warrior sickness. It's not a coward sickness.
Never too late.
I guarantee you it'll help you.
It will change your life.
It turned my life around.
You can find peace.
I never thought I could feel this good.
Walk through those doors, take the step.
Go get help. It's the best and bravest thing you could ever do.
Treatment works.
1 Adam 12, 1 Adam 12.
1 Adam 12?
1 Adam 12, 1 Adam 12.
1 Adam 12, roger.
That's right. There's only 1 Adam 12.
I'll remember that.
5 days a week.
Adam 12, weekdays at 5 on MeTV 19.1.
Well, temperatures out there a little bit chilly, 25 to about 30 degrees. We do have some snow showers, mostly in the central locations, but Ironwood and that northern portion of Wisconsin, expecting that as well. And it could be a little bit slick out there for your evening or morning commutes. Check out these temperatures around 9 a.m. in the 20s. And we do have some gusts around the UP up to about 15 or 20 miles an hour. And then here we go, Festival of the Sled Dog this Friday. We will be down on Washington Street right outside our studio here. All the fun goes from 6 until 10. Bring your sled. You can sled down 3rd Street. Very rare occasions that can happen legally. And we've got temperatures around 17, dropping down to about 15 degrees. It's going to be chilly because we've also got some northwest gusts as well. Escanava's 7-day outlook for the week. Valentine's Day, we've got gusty conditions, 35, and then look at these temperatures dropping down to 23 on Friday.
Finally tonight, a popular bakery in Marquette is preparing for its busiest day of the year. Tomorrow, Fat Tuesday. Huron Mountain Bakery has been busy baking about 15,000 punchki since 3 a.m. today for tomorrow's holiday. Fat Tuesday, of course, marks the last day before the Lenten season begins. Around 40 employees at the bakery have been working in shifts to make enough for the holiday for both the Marquette and Ishpeming locations, but their prep for tomorrow started well before this morning.
Get a lot of our stuff we have to order way ahead of time through our vendors, and just to get everything in. That way we have all the flour that we need, all the sugar, all the butter, all the eggs, everything. There's so much more that goes into these than just regular donuts.
The bakery says they will have plenty of punchki available on a first-come, first-served basis tomorrow from 6 a.m. until 7 p.m. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. That's it for tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Shop our huge selection of Amish crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order with 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
In a sketch against time.
Hangman, and Handyman.
Stick figures.
This is the judgment-free zone.